everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to open up this vlog. So in this vlog I'm going to be reading my shelves for a week. So I'm going to roll 2 6-sided dice and it's going to pick what shelf I'm going to read. I have a little over 12 shelves of unread books, and I need to organize them more so. So it's a lot, but anyways, I'm gonna roll the dice, and for a week I'm gonna see how many books I could read from that shelf. So yeah, I'm very excited, but let's see what shelf I'm gonna be reading. Shelf number 9. So shelf number 9 is the shelf, Don't Mind the Mess, and I'm gonna see how many of these I could read this week. Honestly, I think, I should start from the start, right? But honestly, I think I might do Truly by Carmel Reed, Crescents by Penelope, or Credence by Penelope Douglas, Dark Notes by Pam Godwin, and Unconditionally by QB Tyler. Maybe even Rich Prick by Tijin. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I should try Mourning Wood too. Yeah. I will see. But I'm super excited doing this. So this is part of my Bell Book box. And then Hello Lovely Good box. Hello Lovely box. So if I'm doing that, I know technically that's not on these shelves, but I also should read Once We Were Starlight by Mia Sheridan, and A Gorgeous Villain by Saffron A. Kent, because those are also Bell Book boxes. So maybe I'll read those too, or try to. But that's shelf number 9. So I'll be back when I actually decide what I am going to read. So I rolled shelf number 9, which happened to be my Bell Book box shelf for a start. You can see it a little bit right here. Shelf number 9 is right here. So I just decided to actually read Bell Book box books, 4 of which were on here, 2 of which were not necessarily yet, because they were my November December books, so I just haven't put them away. So the first one I'm going to be reading is Mourning Wood by Heather M. Orgeron, and this is on KU, but it sounds really good. It's a one-night stand. Also there's a kid in tow, so they meet up 6 years later, and he's helping her, and she has a 6-year-old daughter. I don't know if it's his daughter. It could be, I don't know, but I really like one-night stand books, so I'm super excited to read this. This will be my first Heather book, so yes, and it's fairly short. It is only Oh, of course it doesn't tell me the pages. Oh, because that's a... Okay, so there is a few previews of some other books in here. So it's only 244 pages, so not too bad. Also, the heading is super cute. So you have makeup brushes and stuff for the heroine, and then like a house or a town for the hero's point of view. So that's really exciting. This one I'm really excited to read. And then the next one I'm going to read is Truly by Carmel Rhodes. This is a dark romance. This will be my first one of hers, I'm pretty sure. This sounds really good. It's like a forbidden, I think it's gonna be very taboo, dark, and I'm excited for it. And again, you get a little bit of things. This is also, like, look at that page. This is also on Kindle Unlimited, and this one's a little longer, not by much. It's 300 pages, so yes. And then the next two I have on audio. So the first one is Forever Right Now by Emma Scott. Again, this will be my first Emma Scott book. I have the audiobook from my library Overdrive Libby. So yes, I also think this is on Kindle Unlimited too. This is a single dad, I'm pretty sure. And they're neighbors, if I remember correctly. So yeah, and again, this one also has, these books are just so gorgeous. I love all of them. And this one is 307 pages, so a little longer, but not much. Then the next one I have is Rich Prick by Tijin. I haven't even taken this out of their saran wrap. So there's that. I have this on audio. I also have it on Kindle. This, I mean, I've read a lot of Tijin books. So yeah, I have no idea what this book is about. I never know what her books are about. But yeah. And then the next two are the books from November and December. So the first one is Once We Were Starlight by Mia Sheridan. Look at how gorgeous this book is. Like, and the sprayed edges and all of this. I also think this one is forbidden. Yeah. And I'm super excited. It looks very gorgeous. I think she lives in like the desert and he lives in New York City. I don't know. But it's super pretty. And I'm super excited to read this. Also, this is on Kindle Unlimited, and you can get the audiobook if you get it on Kindle Unlimited for $1.99. So I will be doing that. So I will listen to this one too. But there's that. And finally we have A Gorgeous Villain by Saffron A. Kent. This will be my first Saffron A. Kent book. Well, okay, so the prequel is in this, and I've already read that, so I guess this technically isn't going to be my first one, but it was my first one. The prequel was my first one, but I've already read it, so there's that. But this follows Reed and Callie, and as I said, the prequel is already in it, and that is the Wild Mustang and the Wild Mustang and the Dancing Fairy. So that's included, but this follows like a few years later after that, and it's their story. I'm super excited to continue on with this. I've really enjoyed the prequel, and I'm also going to get the audiobook of this. I may even get the Kindle book, but it's $5.99, so I don't know. I may just get the audiobook with credit from Audible, but I'm super excited to read this and continue on with this. But those are the 6 books I have that I'm gonna read, and as I said, 4 of which were on this shelf, but if I like fixed it, I'm sure the other 2 would have maybe made it onto the shelf. I don't know. And if I happen to finish all 6 of these, I will. There's only 3 more Belle Book Box books on the shelf, so I may read those if I have time, but 2 of which I actually want to do a different vlog for, so I don't think so. But yeah, I think 6 books for this vlog is good, and yeah, but I'm super excited to read all of these, and as I said, I'm gonna start with Mourning Wood. So this is gonna be the first book I read, and I'm excited. I will update later. So I started Mourning Wood, and I'm 16 pages in. I'm enjoying it so far. This follows Whitney, who works at her family's funeral home, and she hired some construction workers to work on the chapel, updoing the chapel, and they demo it, and then she gives them like their final payment, and they leave her, and then Wyatt moves back to town, and he is wanting to start his own construction company, so his cousin hires him to work, do the chapel, and both Whitney and Wyatt had a one-night stand at Beau and Whitney's friend Kate bachelor and bachelorette party, and Whitney has a 6-year-old daughter that is not his, I don't think, because she said the father doesn't want anything to do with it, with her, so I'm thinking it's not his, but I don't know how long ago the bachelor and bachelorette party was, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm really liking it, so I will update when I read more, but I thought I would just update saying I started it and give you a little bit of what it is so far. So yeah, update here. I have a little bit of a update, actually a lot of it. I finished Mourning Wood by Heather M. Orgeron, maybe, sorry, and I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This follows Whitney, who works at her family's funeral home, and she hired a few constructor workers to fix up at the chapel, and they take her money but don't actually fix it up, and then Wyatt is moving back to town, and he wants to start his own construction business. So Whitney's friend, best friend, and who happens to be married to Ethan, who is Wyatt's cousin, so they hire him on behalf of Whitney, and Whitney and Wyatt had a one-night stand in New Orleans by a dumpster at Ethan and Kate's bachelor and bachelorette party, and it's a second chance romance. Also, Whitney has a daughter named Prissy, and she is hilarious. I loved her. And she's 6 years old, and the father wants nothing to do with her, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I am very excited to pick up more books by Heather, and this was on Kindle Unlimited, so, but really good. 4 out of 5 stars. And then I started Truly by Carmel Rhodes. I'm 30 something pages. This is also on Kindle Unlimited, and this one is a dark romance, and it is very dark. This follows True, who just graduated high school. She lives with her dad. Her mom passed away, and her boyfriend breaks up with her after graduation, and her best friend is like, let's go to a party. So she ends up at Noah's house, and Noah is her ex-boyfriend's half-brother, and it's already dark. I could tell you in this a little bit was hard. Noah was assaulting True, so just be aware, it is very dark, and that's already 37 pages in. So yeah, I'm liking it a little bit. I don't know how I'm gonna feel, but they go on a road trip. Her and her best friend are going on a road trip, and like her mom does, and she's gonna write in a journal like her mom does. So, but we shall see if it gets too dark and if he actually rapes her. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I may not want to read it. That's a little hard to read. So, but yes. And then I also started Forever Right Now by Emma Scott. This I'm listening to on audio from my library. I'm on chapter 4, which is page 39. This follows Sawyer, who is going to school to become a lawyer, and one of his past hookups comes to his house when he's throwing a party, and she has a baby, and she leaves the baby with him, and it's his. And then this follows Darlene, who is a dancer. She did sorry, I was gonna say she was in jail for a little bit with from a drug possession charge, and she's moved to a new state or new area City to move on from that. And she hasn't danced since all of that happened, and she dancing. And they just met. They are gonna be neighbors, so I don't know much else, but I'm liking it so far. But yeah, that is my update. I am gonna go downstairs and eat. And I may, honestly, I may take a nap. I mean, clearly I'm tired. It is only 12 o'clock. I have a short week this week. I only work 4 hours and 30 minutes each day. So I work 6 to 10:30. So yes, and then Saturday after my 10:30, I'm off for the week. I don't go to work until the following Tuesday. Well, not the following Tuesday. It's so I'm off for a whole week, and then that like following Tuesday. So yeah, a lot of time to read. But I thought I would just update. I do, as I said, I'm listening to this on audio. It is also available, sorry, on Kindle Unlimited too, so I have that too if I want to read it. And then this one is also on Kindle Unlimited, and the one I'm going to be reading, if I read downstairs, probably not. Honestly, I haven't been reading downstairs. I pretty much just have been reading right where I'm at, which is on my bed, with my laptop, and audio. So, but that is my update, and yeah, I'll update later. Update here, I'm deciding to DNF Truly. It's just not for me. The hero has sexually assaulted the heroine, and he's gonna do it again. I'm on page 66 and he's about to do it again, and I just no. And I wanted to see if it gets a little bit better. I was gonna try to wait until chapter 11, 100 and something, 114 pages in, see, but no, not for me, and that's okay. There is a little trigger warning. Truly is a dark coming-of-age romance that explores themes of dumb con and non-con and happily ever after. Proceed with caution. I don't know what that is, but I think that means like the dominant is forceful and then non-consensual for the female or the heroine, or I don't know, but it's not for me. And it looks like there's like 2 or 3 more scenes of it, from what I've gathered on Goodreads. I was reading the lower rated books, and honestly, I have so many books on my shelf that I need to read, and I'm not gonna spend my time reading on this. I will give Carmel Rhodes another try, just not this one. So yeah, then I am definitely gonna buy A Gorgeous Villain on Kindle, by Saffron A. Kent, and I'll buy that here shortly, and I'll read that. But this one sadly is a DNF because I thought maybe I would like it. It sounds promising. I just can't. I can't. That's a deal breaker for me. So yeah, on to a gorgeous villain, which also is sort of a bully romance too, but it doesn't have the sexual assault that I know of, what I remember from the prologue or the prequel. So, but I have not read any more of Forever Right Now by Emma Scott or listened to any more of that. I just wanted to update that I am DNFing truly. So yeah. So update, A Gorgeous Villain actually does have the prequel, what is it called? The Wild Mustang and the Dancing Fairy is the prequel. And it is like 115 pages. But you can get it for free on Kindle too, so I read it on Kindle, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first Saffron A. Kent book, and I'm super excited and intrigued to continue on with their series. Their story. But this follows you would think I would, Callie, yes, Callie, and she is raised by her 4 older brothers, because her mom was sick and died, and they didn't mention anything really about her dad, so, but she has 4 older brothers, and the oldest one has raised, her and her 3 other brothers. He is the coach of a soccer team at their school. Her brother plays on the soccer team, and then you have Reed, who is her brother's rival, enemy, popular guy in school, and she's a freshman, he's a senior. He also plays soccer, and then one day at a soccer game she meets someone, and it happens to be his sister, and she goes to a party, and it goes on from there. She is a ballerina, and I enjoyed it. I probably gave it 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. So, but I'm super excited to continue on reading this. Also, look at the little page. It's so cute. But I'm super excited to read this. But also, I did get my Tilly Cole box. So we have Sick. And then It Ain't Me Babe. Sorry, it's really shining because I left the paper on it. But these are so pretty too. Together, all of these. And then the 4th one is over there. But anyways, I thought I would just update real quick about that. And yeah, I'll update more when I read more. Update, I started A Gorgeous Villain by Saffron A. Kent, and this picks up 2 years after the prequel ends. This follows Callie, who got arrested and got transferred to a reformed school for all girls after she stole Reed's car, and then it's 2 years later, so she's still going to school, and she sneaks out with her group of friends and goes to a bar, and he comes back to town after he was in New York, and they meet again, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking it. I did buy it on Kindle, but I am on chapter 16, which is part 2 of this story, and it's 293 pages. And I'm really enjoying it. I don't know, I'm about 60% through. That's what the Kindle says. So I don't know if I'll finish it tonight, but I'm going to read a little bit more. But I am enjoying it. Then I also read a little bit more of Forever Right Now by Emma Scott. I am on part 7 of the audiobook. Yes, part 7. And page 181. And I'm still liking it. And yeah. So I thought I would just do a quick little update on the 2 books I am reading. I do work tomorrow. It's my last day for a week and a few days. I only work 4.5 hours, so hopefully it goes by quick and I can start my vacation. But my main goal for my vacation is to finish these 2 books. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read Rich Prick by Tijin, but I do want to at least read Once We Were Starlight by Mia Sheridan, and that might be the last one I read. But if I finish these 2 and that, then I would have read 4 books and DNF'd 1 book. So not bad. But yeah. I'm hopeful that I get a lot of reading done in the week I'm off. I'm probably gonna start my March TBR a little early, because as I said, tomorrow's the 26th of February. Yeah, there's only 2 days, the 26th, 27th, and 28th. So it's only a few days early, which I usually do anyways. But yeah, I'll update later. Update here, I am on chapter 10 of Forever Right Now by Emma Scott. I'm liking it. This follows, as I said, Darlene, who did juvie a little bit for drug possession, or jail, not juvie. And she also had an overdose, so this is her moving on from that, and she is going to like AA meetings, sort of, and she has a sponsor, so a little bit of drug talk. So if that could be some triggering for some people, so just be aware. It does have that. And then Sawyer is a lawyer, going to school to be a lawyer. They're neighbors, and I've been liking it so far. I'm not very far in. I'm only 91 pages in, so not very far yet. But I thought I would update. And yeah, I'm on part 4 of the audiobook. And let me see, it has 10. So I have 6 more parts to read, plus the 4th one. I'm on chapter 10. So I have 34 minutes left of the 4th part. So there's that. But I am gonna go downstairs and make dinner, and I will finish part 4. But before this, I filmed all of my TBR videos. I posted my March 2022 TBR game, and that's posted. And then in the next coming days, I'll post my Kindle and then my Bookopoly. So yes, but they're all filmed and edited, so that's good. But I thought I would just update this, and I'll update later. Update here, I finished Once We Were Starlight by Sheridan. Give me a sec, I'm switching hands, and I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Karis, I think is how you say her name, and Zachariah, and they were kidnapped and taken by this leader in the Middle East, or maybe not Middle East, but like in the desert, and he gets captured, and they are taken back in to New York, and it follows them dealing with the outcome of how they were living, and into the world. I thought it was really good. I really liked it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it's relatively short, but look at how gorgeous it is. As you can see, I still have my my bookmark in there. But I did finish this, so now I could edit this vlog and post this vlog. This vlog actually took me about 2 weeks instead of the 1 week, but I did also put it down and did another vlog. But I read a total of 5. I read 4 books and DNF'd 1. So, and I thought I was gonna read Rich Prick, but I wasn't able to, which is fine. But I really like this, but I'm gonna go downstairs and cook lasagna for dinner, and when I come back upstairs I will go through all of the books I read and what I thought of them, and then I will start editing this vlog and post it sometime this week. Hi, so I am going to update, give a quick wrap up of all of these books and what I thought of them, and so I could edit this video and post it. So, Mourning by Heather M. Orgeron. I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really like this one, and I'm excited to read more. This one was really funny, and really enjoyed it. It follows Whitney, who is a single mom, to Prissy, and Wyatt just moves to town, and they live in a funeral home. It's really good. Then I still have my bookmark in. And then I DNF'd Truly by Carmel, Rhodes. I just could not get past the hero sexually assaulting the heroine, and no, I just couldn't. So DNF'd. And then I read the prequel, which was the Wild Mustang and the Dancing Fairy, right? yeah, by Saffron. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. It follows Callie and Reed, and Callie is being raised by her older brother and has 3 other brothers. They go to school, and her oldest brother is the soccer coach, and her brother's on it, and then her brother's rival is on it, and she really likes him, Reed, and she meets Reed's sister, and they form a friendship. She's a dancer. That's all in the prequel. And then the gorgeous villain takes place 3 years later, if I remember correctly, and it's the aftermath of what Callie does to Reed, and it's their story. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really excited to read more Saffron books. And then I read Forever Right Now by Emma Scott, which was my first Emma Scott book. I should also say it was my first Saffron A. Kittens book, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Listen to this on audio from Overdrive, and it follows Darlene, who just got out of juvie, well, not juvie, but like jail for drug possession after she also did a suicide attempt, so just be aware. There's that, and she just moves to a new city to start over. And then you have Sawyer, who realizes he has a daughter, and the mother left the daughter at his house, and he has to take care of him. They are next door neighbors, and it's their story. I really enjoyed it. And also Sawyer is going to school to be a lawyer. And then lastly, we have Once We Were Starlights by Mia Sheridan, and this was the last one I read. All of the ones I mentioned were read in February. This was the only one read in March. But I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Carsley. I'm not saying that right, and I know I'm not gonna say the hero's name right. Zachariah, maybe, sorry. And they were kidnapped and were like slaves in the Middle East, and the person who kidnapped them gets arrested, and they move to New York City, and it follows them there. I listened to this on audio, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And those are all of the books I read. I gave everyone 4 stars and DNF'd a book. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. And they were all actually new to me authors too, except Mia Sheridan. I've read 1 book by her. But yeah, pretty good stack. And yeah, if you have read any of those, what did you think of them? And I'll see everyone later. Bye.